Look at that, 37.8, pretty standard.
High temperatures and headaches have become a part of normal life for Sophie. A nurse, she believes she caught COVID while working on the front line during the first wave, and she's had ongoing COVID symptoms ever since. She backs today's calls for long COVID to be recognised as an occupational disease and for key workers to be compensated.
I trained really hard to be where I am today, to be able to look after patients and care for patients. So what happens to highly skilled people like myself? What happened? We are essentially the backbone of society. I should, in theory, have many years to come of my working career. You cannot just remove people like me from society. Otherwise, what do you have?
Today, a group of MPs has called for more recognition and for compensation for key workers like Sophie who are suffering.
Just like our armed forces, if they hurt themselves doing their duty on the front line, it's right that society says thank you and gives them and their family that financial support that they desperately deserve. I don't think that anyone would disagree that NHS social care workers, teachers, people who we ask to be there, that we clap for every Thursday, shouldn't have the exact same thing.
We definitely need to make sure that we do get outside more because it's beautiful.
It's thought around 1 in 10 people infected with COVID-19 will experience long-running symptoms. Claire's life has been turned upside down since she had the virus last March. Previously an active mum of 3, now she can barely walk, gets out of breath easily and hasn't been able to work. She backs today's cross-party calls for greater recognition of the condition, but thinks compensation should be offered more broadly.
We urgently need people to be compensated, especially those who caught this at work, trying to help us in the health service or in the supermarkets. These were people who were exposed to this at work. Ideally, all of us who caught it would have some sort of financial safety net that goes beyond the benefit system. Maybe that's too much to ask.
While any form of long COVID compensation scheme is far from certain, the government has today announced an £18.5 million investment into long COVID research. Claire hopes it'll focus on treatment and rehabilitation and fears there's a long path ahead for the hundreds of thousands who are suffering like her. Jessica Savage, 5 News.